Hello, fellow viewers. Welcome again today to Education Unpack. We want to thank you for those our loyal viewers out there who kind of inspire us every time we bring in a new video. We want to thank you if you're just joining us for the first time. This is Education Unpack, where we kind of look into all aspect education, whether it's campus or online. So we kind of research and unpack that information that you need to making very informed decision in scaling out your different career objectives. If you are an educational institution, if you're a little college, if you're a working professional, if you're a young student, we're bringing this information to you to enable you proceed to actually invest your money in a proper way and how to scale your different businesses in different aspects in education. So if you're joining us, please, we encourage you to click onto the subscribe button and to share this to your different networks, your family members, so we can grow this platform. We've done some very inspiring video. If you can go to Education Unpacked, you will see lots of videos. 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 may link to your different areas or your career objectives. So if you're just joining us, we thank so much for your time this weekend. We appreciate. Today, we are going to talk about a very important area, which is diversity. Diversity in an educational institution or at a university. If you are a working professional, if you are a university expert, if you are a lecturer, if you are kind of a young student, if you are an organization that deals with educational aspect, we're going to talk about the importance today. We're going to talk about this issue and see how we can help you understand the value and the importance of diversity in your organization in terms of educational institution aspect. So if today we're going to be looking into this, we've put together our notes, like you, as always. We're going to be looking into that and bringing some very important knowledge sharing aspect with you today. Now, if you want to look into what diversity is all about, for example, this can be in different dimensions. You can talk about in aspect of race, ethnicity. You can also look into things like the gender or the sexual orientation of those concerned, and also the socioeconomic status of the person you're talking about. You can also talk about the age, how the physical ability as well. You can also proceed to talk about the religious beliefs of this individual, also, and the political beliefs as well. And I mean, you can also talk about their ideologies. So there are vast areas that you can be how to approach this. So it's very important for you to actually note that diversity, it's a very, very rich, but again, challenging area as an academic institution or as an education body on how you can promote that aspect to build your student platforms and to carry out your recruitment process in different ways. Now, we're just going to go into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is how diversity can enrich your educational institution, can enrich you as an individual. Now, diversity, like we've just mentioned in those different aspects, if you put together a pool of students from different backgrounds, coming into a particular university or coming into a particular classroom to study some kind of a program, there is absolute experience that's going to be shared. For example, you put together let's say for an MBA program or master's, whatever degree program you're going to be launching out there or you're recruiting for, you bring together a group of, let's say, 20 to 30 working professionals, which are going to, these learning professionals come from different backgrounds. They form the classroom size. Let's say 20 or 25 of them are doing an MBA program, a bachelor's program. It could be in a campus level, or it could be in an online setting. Now, these individuals come from diverse areas. They have different experiences. They've managed different projects. They really just believe their economic environment that they grew up, and also their beliefs in terms of how things being done and the way things are tackled in their different society. This is not a negative. It comes with lots of positivity in there. Now, the way issues are being tackled, the way projects will be tackled, the kind of knowledge they're going to introduce into that particular classroom, or in kind of in a setting where they are able to kind of bring those different knowledges in other areas, enables those who are coming from different regions to benefit. If you have students from, let's say, from the Middle East, from the African continent, from Asia, from Europe, from North America, from Latin America, from all parts of the world in a classroom, they're going to be interacting at a level where the experience will just be unbelievably enriching. So if you are going to benefit in this aspect, we encourage you to kind of have an open policy of diversity in terms of your education strategy, to kind of extend that classroom size to making sure that it's diverse enough. I mean, we're not saying that's going to be 100% a diverse way of kind of putting it together. But what we are saying here is at least 45% should be people from different background. That would increase the level experience from that particular area. Now, another aspect is also the kind of a diversity prepares students for future success. This is absolutely true. Why do I say this? Because the students are, the world is a global village today. You can put it in that way. Now, if students come from different backgrounds, they are able to learn in this particular community. They are coming in with different aspects. They can interact. If in the case of a campus aspect, they learn together, they mix together, in one way or the other, they rub shoulders together. They begin to understand how things are done in different cultures, how people interact in different societies, what are the different ways of doing things in those areas. Now, it gives the young learner or experienced professional, because this is not only about a young student. Senior experts also in their own industry, they lack this global perspective in some ways. Now, the one-size-fits-all aspect doesn't work anymore. Because why? The world is a global village. You never know where your next job is going to come from. You never know who's going to create that job, what company you'll be working for. Maybe the company you're working for here in Europe, let's say 80% of its customers are out of Europe. Those customers, now you're someone who grew up in the Western society, you need to deal with those customers. And if you are not equipped enough to tackle the cultural behavior, the aspect, the interaction with these people from different backgrounds, it's going to be a challenge for you to perform your job. So what we are saying here, if you have a kind of a cohesive system where students learn from each other, it prepares them for the future, because they would, one way or the other, get to interact and meet people. As an educational institution, you kind of build that positivity in that aspect, so you can lead in terms of your student taking that knowledge and going out there. They are comfortable working with people from different backgrounds. So another aspect here is also diversity would enhance the reasoning in terms of the human difference and the knowledge. There are these myths out there. We're not going to go into that, but we are saying here it will build the understanding to a greater extent, where students are able to understand different cultures, understand different challenges, understand how things are done in a different way. Now, they will know that because people coming from different backgrounds doesn't mean that they are less of what they are, but they also come in with huge experience that will kind of shape their way of doing things, their way of reasoning. the human perspective. This is relevant. It's been replicated in different institutions. There are schools that makes money, millions of dollars, kind of propagating a diverse classroom size, diverse strategy in terms of recruitment, kind of policies that enables diversity. So this is so important. If you are able to force your aspect in that area, you would have a chance to improve the human aspect amongst your different student population. Another thing here is also to it will prepare graduates for the global work environment. We just touched onto that because the companies today are diverse. Now, there are thousands of companies in the West, in Western countries, that most of their customer service have been outsourced. Now, this been outsourced maybe to India or to some African countries or in the Middle East. Now, if their customers who are, principally based in the Western environment need to go out there for solutions or to ask for the customer service solutions for them, the person they may be talking to may be coming from a different country or far location. Now, they have to deal with these people because they may not be talking the way that they talk. They may not pronounce words the way they pronounce them, but you have to be patient. So what we're saying here is, if you are able to, as a university, have a diverse approach in terms of your learning, your approaches, it will help you as an institution to have that image of pushing out students who are as a global citizens of tomorrow. It builds on your reputation. It develops the skills of the professionals going out there. It will enable them also tackle the global environment, because we can't be looking only on the micro environment in this aspect, in diversity. We should be looking at the macro environment. What do I mean by this? The macro environment that's going to shape the students that are coming out today will be dealing with challenges and persons in locations far beyond their borders. And if you are not prepared with this, it will be an impact. It's going to challenge you as an individual. Once you finish your school or once you finish in your different profession, you go into a corporation where you meet people with different nationalities, hundreds of different backgrounds, and you had to fit yourself into that. But as someone who benefited from a school or from a program or from an interaction or some kind of a setting where the background was kind of mixed, will enable you, must have given you already a heads up on what the future holds, and that prepares you. You going out there to secure your roles, your different jobs. You can interact with people from Asia, from China. From Asia, so to say, from the Middle East, from Africa, from Latin America, from North America, and it becomes very easy. So this is so important. What if your job takes you to a different location in one of the different continents that you've never been to? You're not going to be like timid. You have a chance because your university had a policy in place that encouraged diversity, and it's going to help you as a professional, as an individual, to kind of cope with that environment. Another thing also is, as an institution, is going to boost your image. Some of the most renowned universities and renowned schools nowadays are those that advocate for a diverse classroom, a diverse systems, recruitment process. They want to make sure that in their different programs, you have different backgrounds of professionals coming from different locations. And this helps to promote the university as a center for diverse learning. And this is important. You want to go to, for example, you travel to, you kind of look at different alumni networks. You see people from different countries. They are your alumni setting. It's just so great that You feel it okay for you to travel to work in another country. You can relate to people who have similar understanding, similar education. I'm not saying that people who haven't gone to a diverse school cannot be very inclusive in their approaches, but what we are saying here at Education Unpack is that it will help refine your kind of organizational strategy. It will give a global brand to your university, to your education institution as an inclusive and more welcome institutions that value diversity. This is just so important. This is going to help you a long way to kind of propagate your image, kind of put your logo, your brand out there as an institution that encourages diversity. Another thing is also it will also enhance and promote empathy in terms of reduce kind of prejudice in terms of the way people kind of interact, because some schools can be in a different way. I mean, in different really remote settings in terms of advanced economies. They have no understanding. The students in this particular university haven't been exposed, haven't interacted, haven't met people from different culture, different society. In that way, they become very timid in terms of when they are exposed to working in a multicultural environment. That may affect their perspective on dealing with colleagues. But if you have a setting where people can be very flexible, they understand how people operate in different cultures, different society, then you begin to see this flow of interaction becomes very positive. So we encourage you as an institution, we also encourage you as an education body to invest a little bit more into diversity. This could be in your different recruitment process. This could be in your kind of a strategy. This could be in your classroom size, and this could be in your alumni network. It's just so important to invest in this particular area. Another thing we're going to talk about here is in diversity is also, this is very important. I'm going to stress on this part because it affects. We've had a lot of situations where we also heard about professionals from different backgrounds also kind of very worried about how decisions have been made in terms of the selection process, in terms of pushing the development, acceptability in institutions. So the different academic settings in different localities, in different countries, may also affect the way that so if senior management begins to understand the importance of diversity, they're going to enact policies, excuse me, they're going to enact policies that would strengthen diversity in terms of the selection process, in terms of the recruitment process, in terms of the requirement process, in terms of how they look at eligibility process in the different institutions. The strategy will be accommodating in terms of how they kind of search to put this diverse aspects together. It's just so important to have a diversity strategy in place that could lead to the positive impact, not just from the university's brand image points or the management system, the selection, the student perspective, the learning aspect, the developmental issues of the different schools or the individuals that are in your school. But it will go a long way to present a reputation as a school or an institution that encourages diversity. It will strengthen the population, the home population. It will strengthen those that are coming from abroad or those are studying from those different countries. It would enhance those aspects. Another part that is going to be very important in terms of the management, the teaching staff, the lecturing, the faculty will also grow. They'll also become, they're going to be learning alongside the process in terms of, excuse me, how this helps them to grow their own knowledge in kind of teaching people of different backgrounds. They're going to be challenged. They're going to learn one or two things in the course of doing so. So it's just so important for you as an organization to kind of invest a little bit more on diversity. That's going to help you. We also want to encourage individuals to also, in the course of recruitment or seeking for your own program, we want to advise you to search on those schools, those universities that have, or academic institutions that promote diversity as a strategy. You can find that on your different website. You can look into the different aspects. So we encourage you as an education body, as a senior manager, as a student, as a working professional, to take into consideration diversity in whatever way, like we did mention in the different aspect, where in different dimension in terms of ethnicity, gender, race, sexual orientation, socioeconomic status, the physical abilities, religious beliefs, the age, the political beliefs, as well as other ideologies, that can also help in one way or the other. So we hope that this has also pointed out the importance of diversity as an institution that may want to invest into this. We thank you so much for watching. We hope we have inspired you. If you think that there's something that we've left out on this particular diversity topic, we want to ask you to leave the comment in the comment section. Also, you send us an email if there is a topic that you feel is so relevant out there that we need to talk about here at Education Unpacked. We would really much appreciate you sending it to us. Again, thanks for watching. For those who are just joining us for the first time, we want to encourage you to go to some of our many videos we've made over the past couple of months. You may definitely see something there that will kind of meet your needs if you're intending moving forward with your career in different aspects, whether online or campus. We encourage you to watch some of our videos at Education Unpack. It will lead to a solution that will help you start investing your money, start investing you in your career, in your own future in a different way. If you are an educational institution, if you're a university official, if you're an academic professional, we also advise you to watch our videos and look at the content is so important. We've touched on to some very vital parts and unpacked those questions and answers that most professionals struggle out there. So again, thanks for watching. We'll be looking forward to meeting you again. Please subscribe and share to your different audiences. And for today, we want to leave you with a thank you note and have a good day. We're looking forward to meeting you again. Bye-bye.